Good evening, everyone. Today, comfort is not invited to this room. Hot takes are useful because they stretch your thinking muscles, and growth never happens in neutral. If your hot take makes even you slightly uncomfortable, you're doing it right. So, with the same thought, we have Sujata with us today, who is going to talk to us about ownership, how it cannot be taught in workshops and it must be demanded at work. So, glad to have you on our panel, Sujata. Over to you now.
Thank you, Radhika. So, today's topic is ownership cannot be taught in workshops. It must be demanded at work. I think this is one of the most relevant burning topic which people are discussing about nowadays in corporate world. I would start my topic with a beautiful quote by Shiv Khera, a motivational speaker and a famous author. Shiv Khera says, whether you are an employer or boss or a self employed, work with the right attitude. Work as if it's your own job. You take responsibility. You are the owner. So, taking ownership means you are your own boss. You are proactive and problem solver. You are the person who always takes initiatives. You have that quality of accountability. Whether you fail or success, you are there to take the accountability. And a very important quality which is needed, that is your commitment. So these all traits, are needed for a person who want to set his mindset to have a ownership. Why it is important? See, if you are taking an ownership, you are accountable. You are the captain of your own ship. Whether you do it successfully or not, but you have to be honest with yourself, taking the responsibility. And ownership is important because it enhances the productivity. It shows that you have the mindset for a bigger picture. You are not thinking about your personal benefits. You are thinking about the overall company's productivity and benefit. So this shows your broad perspective. And with that mindset, you are innovative and creative because it suggests you it it makes you like that only. And at the same time, if you are so much open, so much broad minded, you can enjoy your work, and definitely it will facilitate your professional growth. So that's why such type of mindset is really really important. Let me give you one example for a real life scenario. Suppose in a corporate, in a company, a project fails. So you must be observing that typical responses come out like, "Oh, I wasn't informed," or anyone will say, "Oh, that's not my responsibility," or someone can say, "I was waiting for approval." So you can see they are just putting blame on each other, and they are not taking the ownership. That's not the correct attitude. So how you can shift your mindset from this to that which says that you take the ownership of whatever you do? How you can do that? How you can practice that? Remember, remember why you took this job in the very first place. There should be some motive in your mind, there should be some excitement. So keep that spark alive. Be proactive, not reactive. Express your ideas and share them. And always seek for constructive feedback. Why? Because if you are open to take up the feedback, it shows that you are working on your improvement areas. So that shows a correct mindset. Be an active listener. If you are an active listener, this shows that you are totally involved in project activities or panel discussions or whatever procedures are going on. You are quite actively listening and understanding the things, so that you can, and you will definitely come up with solutions, in a better way to the problem. And yes, make your mind like that you should set some professional goals. So all these things, if you will create in your mind, it will shift your mindset from that low thinking to this broad level thinking. And this is the correct mindset to have that ownership mindset. So this is really important. Moving ahead, why ownership cannot be taught in workshops. So let me tell you why. See, workshops will explain you what is ownership. Workshops can inspire you on a temporary basis. It can create awareness, but ownership only shows up under pressure, when no one is watching, when you are honest with yourself, when mistakes happen. So you don't learn ownership in a classroom. You have to reveal it in a real work situation. Now, suppose there is one team member who takes initiative and fails, and he's publicly questioned. There is another team member who avoids responsibility but looks busy, and he didn't face any consequences. Rather than he was appreciated. So now tell me, what behavior will spread? What type of culture you can see it's going on in the workplace or in the corporate world? Will it drive to the real success of the company? Just think about it. So ownership demands tough conversations. Ownership demands clear expectations and consequences. Let's take up another example. Suppose an employee says, I couldn't proceed because approval didn't come. So is it the right approach of that employee? So how can we create that culture? So I think that time the manager or leader should ask cross question. Did you follow up? Did you propose alternatives? Did you flag the risk early? So ownership means owning the delay, not explaining it. Again, I would like to put another example in the real life scenario. An issue falls between departments. Everyone agrees it's a problem, but no one is ready to solve it. Does it mean ownership? No. Ownership would mean, even if it is not my role, I'll ensure it gets resolved. So employees should, not escalate the problems without attempting solutions. Okay, so let me um, give some more example. You must have heard the conversation. Okay, I tried my best, but that manager should ask, what else could you have done? Don't say like that language. It matters. What type of language we are using at the workplace? See, mistakes are fine. Ownership doesn't mean zero mistakes. It means owning the mistakes. It means fixing the impact and preventing reoccurrence. So the manager or the leader should encourage like, I will take this, I will ensure closure, I will update by. Such type of language should be promoted, should be encouraged. And it wasn't clear, they didn't respond, someone should. It's these type of lines or words should be discouraged. So I would like to say ownership does not grow in training rooms. It doesn't grow in motivational speakers. It doesn't appear on vision statements. It actually grows in expectation in the real workplace with proper consequences. You don't get ownership by asking for it. You get ownership by demanding it and modeling it every day. When organizations stop teaching ownership and start designing work that requires it, culture changes automatically. We need to change that culture. So, finally, we can say that people don't lack ownership skills, they lack systems that require ownerships. And culture doesn't change by teaching ownerships. It changes by enforcing it. And where excuses are accepted, ownership disappears. So that's all from my side. I would like to welcome if any question, if you want to ask.
Thank you, Sujata. It was lovely. We got to know a lot about ownership and its consequences, and how one needs to go about it from the employers and the employee point of view. The floor is open now. So, on with your questions, if any.
Hi, Sujata.
Hi, Frida.
It was a good uh, panel of, a good discussion. In fact, I wanted to actually check with you. Is it fair to demand ownership if people don't have the authority or autonomy for it?
See, demanding ownership isn't that you are, creating a strict environment. You shouldn't get mistaken from this word ownership. Take ownership means like from both sides it should happen. Like suppose any professional, if he is keeping on making excuses, for his own for his performance, it's not good for his professional growth as well. So he should be actively listening to, or uh, reacting to the environment which demands ownership, because that's good for him as well.
Okay.
It's not like that. Okay, the manager or leader also, if he wants that ownership, he has also to take the ownership, right? So from both the ends, the things would go far better.
Yeah, in fact, that was my next question.
Okay.
If
Okay, I'm
ownership
glad
must
I
be
gave
demanded, if ownership must be demanded, who carries a bigger responsibility, the employee or the leader? So that was my actual next question. But yeah.
Okay, yeah. Uh, Personally, I believe that should be initiated by the leader, because ultimately he is the boss. So if he creates such environment, I think that employee has to go about it, has to follow that, and it's good for him as it's not be taken as a suppression, any type of suppression. It's a good approach, and it's I would say rather that it's a pragmatic approach by the leader, and it should be definitely like implemented by the employee, because again it's a win-win situation for both of them, I
Yeah.
would say.
And just checking, what do you think? Can a toxic system kill ownership, no matter how capable the employee?
Toxic system, yes, yes, definitely. The system is responsible. First, the system should be checked thoroughly, because if the system is not good and not creating a better environment, so it becomes difficult for an employee to follow that. and
Agree.
and overall it just uh, impacts in a negative manner to the company's growth and the overall outcome. It's going to hamper the outcome.
And what do you think? Like, what happens when ownership is demanded during, say, a burnout, or when like like with excessive work, and the employee is pretty much tired, fatigued.
Mhm.
So, what happens when ownership is demanded at that point? Won't there be like a conflict? What do you think?
uh, yeah, so at that time I think that uh, that should be patiently handled by the manager or leader or boss, and the employee also has to put his words properly, in a genuine manner, because it's a genuine thing. If he's not in the correct mindset, and if he's not getting so much time, if he's very much burnout, so it could be real. It's just a really good relationship. You need to be an employee need to share honestly in a clear manner to his boss that yes, such things are happening. I'm not holding myself back. I'm just sharing you the genuine thing which I am facing. It will not be possible for me to give the best results in such type of tough situation, because yes, we are humans. We can't handle pressure if it's like too much. So it could be understood by the managerial side as well.
True. Thanks, Sujata. I think you answered most of my questions.
Thank
Thank
you, thank
you.
you, thank you for your
Yes.
lovely questions. I got the chance to
Thank you.
answer.
Okay, thank you so much. And it was an interesting what do you call discussion on ownership. It was very insightful, and we a lot of takeaways for employees and employers as well, as to how to deal with it and how to implement it. Yes,
Thank you,
thank you so
Radhika.
much, audience. I'll see you next with another hot take and another trainer. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Bye bye.